Alright, so a lot of people have asked me, hey, have you ever heard of people having like a permanent trip? Like they take too much or too long, they take, enough over time, or right away, they develop like this permanent trip and they never stop tripping. Now, I believe this is an old wives' tale. I have been hearing this shit since fucking day one. And yet, I have never, when I say day one, I'm talking well over 20 years. I have never, ever met somebody who actually knew somebody that had a permanent trip. Here's the thing. This goes with all drugs. Okay, but especially LSD. If you have a weak constitution, if you're prone to dump trucks driving by, no, if you are prone to mental illness, if you have, schizophrenia already lurking, or you're manic, or shit like that. If your shit's already broke, you don't really want to fuck with drugs, especially certain types of drugs. I'm not without my problems, but at the same time, you tell that I'm lucid, I work, I'm here, I'm not tripping. And honestly, I've taken probably, not including the 30 hits of LSD incident, I stopped counting at 100 hits. That doesn't mean I've tripped 100 times, but sometimes I take 3 or 4 hits at a time. Whatever. But I've stopped counting at 100 hits. I estimate I've taken about 150 hits of acid. Good acid. Real acid, not some bunk shit with some weird shit on it. Has that affected me mentally? Hard to say, because do I really know what I would be like if I haven't done that? I don't. Maybe instead of being a sushi chef, I would have been a Nobel Prize winner or a president of the United States. Unlikely. But you know what I'm getting at. There's really no way to tell. There's really no evidence to support the fact that if you do X amount of LSD, you're going to have these problems. Okay? Now, I'm not suggesting that LSD has no residual side effects or even lasting side effects. Maybe they do. I've never had a flashback, and by now you think I would. No, people are people. People that don't do drugs have mental issues and depression and whatnot. So who's to say? Who's to say? I don't think it's factual. I've never read anything about it. Another interesting old wives' tale is if you pick a number. Back when I was in school, it was if you take more than 7 or 10 hits, you're declared legally insane. The fuck? No, that's obviously not true. Am I insane? Although I just killed this cat. No, I'm joking, I didn't. But no, seriously, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Now, the trick is moderation. Any drug you do, whether it's drinking. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta wet my whistle. Whether it's drinking, smoking weed, acid, coke, speed, meth, whatever. I mean, any drug that you abuse over a long period of time is going to have some side effects. Emotionally, mentally, physically. But, it's highly overrated and highly exaggerated. Especially with somebody who actually has a sound mind and body to begin with. You take alcohol, for example. If you have pre-existing liver and kidney problems, you should not drink alcohol to excess. But then there are some drugs, marijuana is a good one, and this is documented, that does have positive effects on people used in moderation. It increases appetite, helps people sleep, helps with pain, arthritis. I mean, the list goes on and on. LSD, because it's so taboo now, they haven't really done any studies that I'm aware of that are scientifically provable to actually have benefits or, negative benefits or residual side effects. So, the trick is moderation. You want to try LSD. Is it going to hurt you if you try it, if you do it a few times? Fuck no, it's not. I mean, even if you do it days, several days of the week for years. I'm a good example of that. Maybe not years, but for a solid year and a half, 2 years while I was in high school. Doesn't seem to really have an effect on me. And who knows? Maybe it does have positive effects. But the thing is in moderation, it's not going to hurt you. Drinking's not going to hurt you in moderation. Smoking, drinking coffee, weed. The only people that I've seen that have had a really lasting effect as drug users are meth, crank speed, whatever you want to call it, really depends on how old you are and where you live. But yeah, the amphetamines can have a lasting effect. The typical method they show in pictures that was like, oh look, she went from Miss America to toothless, skinny, fucking cracked out looking girl. Well, that's a fact. That does happen. I've known many people who've gone that route. But even me, with my experiences and dabbling in that drug, it didn't have any really lasting negative effects on me. I don't look like a meth head. One, I don't do it anymore, but I did for a solid year. And yeah, it fucked me up for a little bit while I was under it, while I was doing it. Yeah, definitely. But afterwards, after a couple weeks of not doing it, pretty much went back to normal as far as I'm aware. So, you want to try something, try it. Just be aware. Be aware of the effects, if there's any, and, keep it in moderation. You can try anything several times, just about, unless you overdose, and you should be okay. That's my 2 cents.